Steve's almost done here. Look at this.
There's another going, and he's down. Cunningham is knocked down back
forearm, being physical, pushing Steve off him, landing the punch after that. Separation, he's a strong guy.
When the giants collide in the ring, fights aren't just won, they get erased. No dropping pounds, no holding back, only raw, unstoppable force. What you're about to witness are some of the most savage knockout finishes ever seen in heavyweight boxing. And a quick reminder before we start, don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's go!
И вот тут уже пошел дорабатывать левую сбоку, ставит точку в этом поединке. Грег Харди здесь уже закрыв глаза. И, конечно, не видел он этот удар, поэтому вот все так плохо для Харди закончилось.
Let's start with the fight between Anthony Joshua and Konstantin Airich. Joshua was controlling the bout with ease, teeing off on Airich as if he were nothing more than a moving punching bag.
Being hit hard on the chin. We don't know the answer, we will one day again. In and out of range so quickly as well.
So they're certainly doing a good job. When you're dealing with the lighter weights, you can move them up.
4 in the second. Is this number 5 here? And he's certainly opening up as if he wants him right here.
The decisive action came in round 3, when Joshua stepped up the pace and unleashed powerful combinations that dropped Airich to the canvas.
From the Watford man.
Oh, that's the one.
Didn't miss that time. Took everything, didn't he? One big right hand.
After Airich beat the count, Joshua continued his savage assault until the referee stepped in to stop the fight.
He's still doing full credit to him.
And it gets another one. The towels come in, and he got absolutely.
Yeah,
was it a bit of youthful enthusiasm?
Yeah,
was it a bit of spite? What do you think?
He get carried away.
The corner had seen enough. Steve Gray had seen enough. We'd seen enough. Joshua had seen enough. When he hit him when he was on the floor as well. And as you say, Jim, you've got to be careful with that because that could be grounds for disqualification.
Next, David Tua versus Gary Bell. From the opening bell, Tua was in complete control, stalking Bell and cutting off the ring with menacing pressure.
Tua with the big punches early and already a cut over Gary Bell's eye, and Tua pounding him against the ropes early on. Tua's corner urging him to get on top, to work against that cut.
Bell tried to survive the early power, but Tua eventually detonated a vicious fight-ending left hook.
Oh, Tua very solid against the head of Gary Bell. Bell would appear to be wobbly and defenseless against the ropes as Tua pounds him into submission. And Tua moving in for the kill with the big right hand, a left, another left, and a right. Those punches all landing. Bell offering absolutely no resistance, backed into his own corner as Tua pounded away. Gary Bell cannot continue defenseless against the very solid attack of David Tua. In less than a round, and we will get the official time on the fight here momentarily.
Next, Fabio Wardley versus Justice Huni. From the opening bell, Huni looked sharp and composed, used his speed and movement to outbox Wardley and control much of the action.
So he can crack in one of the feet to go out of range. That's a good jab followed by a left hook from the Australian. But he got it right in the rematch, didn't he, with that? Unquestionable. Good to see Fraser back a few years ago towards a world title shot, but he's got to deal with this very, very confident Justice Huni combination in there early in the 3rd round.
The turning point came late in the fight, when Wardley finally found his opening, landing a huge right hand that dropped Huni to the canvas.
They are defensively in Fabio, just keeping the hands a little low. That's a good shot though. Combination up against us for the big swings. And Wardley going to war.
After he saws that right hand, boy, you got to come up with the left uppercut, right through the middle, just here.
Body shot back from Wardley, but he's just eaten there. Fabio Ward, all sorts of heavyweight. And it just takes one shot. Can Huni get up? I don't think he's going to make it.
Next up, Dillian Whyte versus Irineo Costa. Right from the start, Whyte asserted himself with raw aggression and heavy shots, immediately putting Costa under pressure. It didn't take long for the power difference to show, as Whyte landed clean and dropped Costa early.
Outside of the ring. And plenty of crump inside the ring as well. It was that first right hand that did the damage.
Costa tried to get back into the fight, but Whyte stayed on him until the referee stepped in to stop the bout.
Follow-up left hand. And he's got him again, this time with a left hook, and I don't think he's getting up from that. And I don't think that can go on. No, it can't.
Not when he took some hefty thumps from David Price as well. See, that was the left hook. It caught him to let them know it was okay, but you can see how high that landed. Just completely scrambled his thinking, but he was still patient. And there, left hook once again.
A fast and vicious knockout from Moses Ituma came in his fight with Marcel Bode. Just 13 seconds into the bout, Ituma landed a brutal kill shot.
Junior circuit as an amateur, and there you see a two-punch. Look at that shot right there.
Next up, Joseph Parker vs Martin Bakoli. Parker used his speed and jab to control the distance, keeping the powerful Bakoli at bay, despite his heavy pressure.
In the Bakoli camp, in Martin Bakoli, and he's caught Parker there prior to going there, which I think is where a lot of the confidence comes from. And he's taking some shots here from Parker.
In the second round, Parker landed a well-timed combination that staggered Bakoli, forcing the referee to step in and stop the fight.
Bakoli drags himself to his feet, and Billy Nelson says that's enough from Ideal. And on a night where Joseph Parker had to put behind him the disappointment notice, Martin Bakoli lasts into the second round before he's blown out there by Joseph Parker. And it was a bridge too far. He came here, was prepared to take on the challenge.
Now let's take a look at the first round beatdown from Teramoana in his fight against Alim Whitfield. Teramoana brought heavy pressure and quickly imposed his size and power on Whitfield.
Look, see, there is that chopping right there.
Deepest amateur background, but he is a former Olympian. He's got 2 fights.
The decisive moment came in the middle of the first round, when Teramoana landed a devastating series of power punches that dropped Whitfield and forced the referee to stop the fight.
You can see what the idea is to dip to his right and try and come back with a counter right hand, but unfortunately at 168 pounds, so he's not. Big left hook, and the hammer is out!
Outsized, outmanned, outgunned, and nice left hook right there, but it was a hook that actually had him out on his feet. It wasn't a right hand. It wasn't even a compact, concise left hook. That's how powerful this man is. You can see it.
Next up, Fraser Clarke vs Ebnazir Tete. These two didn't waste any time, trading punches right from the opening bell. Clarke, clearly the more powerful man, proved it by the middle of round 1, finishing Tete with no chance for recovery.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Kevin Parker calls a stop to this contest at 1 minute 52 seconds of the very first round.
Let's move on to the fight between David Haye and Tony Bellew. The fight started at a high pace, with Haye showing his speed and power early.
Impressive his counter-punching ability. Right hand from Haye, come up there wildly, expecting to land shot. But from Bellew, right hand side. Even the draw went down for game plan. We wondered if a long tactical battle was coming to it. Maybe when he does get too wild,
but everything changed in the middle rounds, as Bellew began landing consistently and wearing Haye down.
Enters the second half. Go chase him. Staying on the ropes, hoping. Fingers of it. After everything he said in the build-up, he doesn't want to.
In the 11th round, Bellew scored a knockdown and forced Haye's corner to throw in the towel.
Big round when Haye's actually won. He loves their power and them punches. This is where Tony needs it. Oh, Bellew's got full shot. And down goes Haye, and physically.
Next, Arslanbek Makhmudov vs Agit Kabayel. Kabayel started strong, using his superior speed and movement to outbox the bigger Makhmudov in the early rounds.
I'm speaking about right hand over the top. Both of them think twice, but he's having to. Oh, what a shot that is from Kabayel! Right on the chin of the big man. Oh, what a shot again! Right hand. He's wobbling. Makhmudov lands a good shot of his own.
As the fight progressed, Kabayel's body attack began to take its toll, and in round 4 he dropped Makhmudov 3 times with heavy shots to the body and head, forcing the referee to stop the fight for a TKO victory.
Kabayel's going for it, Fletch. The big question here is, can Kabayel finish him off? He's like a big oak tree. Kabayel's been superb to this point. The body shots! He can't take the body shots and he's won it! Man in the heavyweight division, the heavyweight on the rise.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is the official time. 2 minutes 3 seconds.
Next, Anthony Joshua vs Matt Skelton. Joshua made quick work of the veteran Skelton, using his jab and power to take control early.
Have a go, and he does no tricks, and he's going to be throwing some punches if this goes any distance. That Joshua.
Feint from Joshua.
Oh, great shot!
Caught him. Skelton took that and has a big grin on his warning sign from Anthony Joshua, and there's another one.
This is good stuff, Joshua.
In the second round, a clubbing right hand dropped Skelton.
Slipped inside there. Joshua looked to land the right hand, but he's taking his time and measuring it up, and that right hand did the damage. He just waited.
After he beat the count, Joshua unloaded a dominant barrage that forced the referee to stop the fight.
Takes his time, measures him up again. Skelton's all over the place. Steve Matt Skelton sinks to his haunches. He was destroyed by that right again. Let's look at some of the action from earlier in the round as he started to pour it on.
Skelton a little bit of respect as he's due, but then he upped the pace. See, that was a kind of glancing blow. That seemed to come off the shoulder, and then the shorter right hand Joshua possesses. That's terrific. And then you can see the
fast and devastating finish happened in the fight between Vartan Arutyunyan and Wilmer Vasquez. Vartan took the center of the ring and started pressing Vasquez. By one point, Vartan trapped Vasquez near the ropes and unleashed a fast, brutal, fight-ending combo.
Попал Arutyunyan. И показывается на настиле сразу же. Вот она, ударная мощь настоящего тяжеловеса.
5, 6, 7.
Поднимется ли тяжело? Нет, мимо каната шагает, и это нокаут, друзья.
Next up, Vitaly Klitschko vs Albert Sosnowski. Klitschko, the bigger and more experienced fighter, largely controlled the bout with his jab and size advantage, keeping Sosnowski at bay and landing the cleaner shots throughout.
Vorne, also auf dem vorderen Fuß und dann in der 8. Runde. Es soll ein Kampf werden, an den man sich noch lange erinnern wird. Wartet dann auf diese.
The end came in the 10th round, when Klitschko completed his methodical destruction of Sosnowski.
Der wackelt, der wäre fast umgefallen, aber hat sich irgendwie auf den Beinen halten können. Es fehlt nicht mehr viel, es kommt links, rechts, der Kampf ist aus. Fritz Dunek gesagt hat, hinten raus werden wir es schaffen. Hier, das waren die guten Treffer, die links, rechts. Der 31-Jährige, da, links, rechts. Perfekt gemacht, die kamen so schnell.
Next, Anthony Joshua vs Jason Gavern. Joshua controlled the action from the start, using his size, power and jab to steadily break down Gavern, flooring him multiple times.
Here whatsoever.
Well, he's just trying to survive.
Frustration in the early stages of the round here.
Solid straight left hand Gavern there. Turned his head and tried to do it again. Just know it's going to go off. You don't know when. Doesn't appear to be troubling Joshua with anything. Misses time. Didn't miss time.
1, 2.
How long can he do that for?
I mean, it's also.
And there's the big right hand. Gavern in big trouble. The left puts him down. Gavern saying yes, showing defiance.
The end came in the 3rd round, when the referee decided Gavern had taken enough of the beatdown.
And down he goes again, left hand again. And Victor Loughlin's got to put an end to this. This is getting ugly here, and it's done.
I think he'd more than earned his money. Warmed to him the fact that he was getting himself off the floor and getting back into the fray. But another excellent performance.
Gavern showing tremendous resistance. Another one of those right hands getting through.
A couple of times, I mean, Gavern was down, was well on the floor when that punch landed, you know.
Last fight, I think, Jim, and you know, he was asked about it afterwards, and he more or less just swatted it away.
One of the most explosive openings in heavyweight boxing history happened in the fight between David Tua and John Ruiz. Tua wasted no time making a statement. As soon as the bell rang, he unleashed devastating hooks that dropped Ruiz hard, ending the fight in just 19 seconds.
225.
Listed as having a reach advantage here. We'll see how he uses it. Tua with a big left hook, and Ruiz in trouble. Tua comes right at him. Another big bomb, and Ruiz is down. This could almost be over now. A bit right there. That had Tyson written all over it, the way it was thrown and everything by Tua. Now he knows he's done the damage here. He comes right in, and before John Ruiz can recover, Tua is all over him. One more right hand, another one in there. And that one did the damage. Tremendous hook there. Practically wins the fight for Tua already. Tony Perez on the outside, waiting for these guys to fight their way out. There's their right hand. Tony Perez should be there right now, and maybe one punch too much there. Happening very fast. That's the one there that maybe didn't have to get in. As Ruiz feeling the effects of that.
Next, Jarrell Miller versus Lucas Brown. These two delivered a real heavyweight slugfest, with both men coming to brawl that night.
There's an uppercut. Left hook by Miller. Years ago, did not make a defense of his title, but he did capture it. It's a left hook by Lucas Brown. There's a left hook by Miller. Miller might have wobbled Lucas Brown.
Miller ultimately took control and stabbed Brown in the 6th round, dropping him and forcing the referee to call an end to the fight.
Big right hand by Jarrell Miller, backing up Lucas Brown. There's a right uppercut by Lucas Brown. Left hook to the body by Lucas Brown on Baby Miller. Back comes Miller. He attacks the body, punctuated by a right on the nose. Left hook to the body by Big Baby. Couple of right hands as Brown backed up with his chin in the air. What could have been a problem. There's a right hand on the left ear of Lucas Brown, who retreats backwards. Another right hand. Brown starting to get walked down. This could be problematic. Miller looking to finish off Lucas Brown. Left hook. Brown in serious trouble. Brown in major danger. They're swinging and slugging it out here. They're duking it out in Dubai. Big shots being landed by both men. They are swinging back right hand. But Miller. Brown in trouble. Brown is back on the ropes. Can he survive? And he does so. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, he's blocking a lot, but he's also getting hit a lot, which is not good.
There's a right hand that shook off Brown. Brown nodded as he got me. There's another right hand. Brown going backwards, but he throws a right uppercut. They still are fighting a sheer aggression. Brown got shaken up. Another big right hand. Two big right hands. Miller looking to end the night of Lucas Brown. And Miller unloading down goes Lucas Brown for the first time in the fight.
4, 5, 6.
The punches putting down Lucas Brown. Miller going on the attack. Jarrell Miller looking to remain undefeated and finish off the former heavyweight champion. And this one is over. Here's the end of the fight.
The first knockdown.
That was the first knockdown, and here's the end of what would appear the end of the fight. It was just an assortment of punches. Miller unloading and bang.
Next, Murat Gassiev versus Mike Balagon. Gassiev made a statement in his heavyweight campaign by delivering a crushing knockout in the 2nd round against the previously undefeated Balagon. Gassiev caught Balagon with a powerful right hand that sent him crashing to the canvas.
Правильно, наверное, никуда не торопится. А вот и правый сбоку.
Как все стремительно, вот выцеливал, искал момент, шлеп, 6, 7, ну вставай,
ищет
родной.
Ищет капу, а это все, и один удар здесь решает все.
Да, так вскинул рукой Gassiev, как будто зарядил, что называется, да, привел в боевое состояние.
Next, Alexei Papin versus Greg Hardy. Hardy started strong and had some moments, using his size and power to appear confident.
Действовать Папину по той простой причине, что а ведь Папин обладает именно нокаутирующим ударом.
Папин слева сбоку и понесся Харди возвращать.
But in the third round, Papin began cracking Hardy's defense. His precise, heavy shots found the mark, and he scored a dramatic knockout.
Какую-то неуверенность. Папин, это может хорошо. Папин молодец.
Попадает Папин. Зашатало Харди.
Зашатало,
но
прямо
пришел в
видно.
себя. Пришел в себя.
Отлично, молодец,
Еще раз.
Алексей.
Жестко.
Удар. Браво! Какой гол!
Здесь не догадался Харди взять колено, а нужно было. Боксерского опыта нет. И вот тут уже пошел дорабатывать левую сбоку. И здесь уже закрыв глаза. И, конечно, не видел он этот удар, поэтому вот все так плохо для Харди закончилось.
On to the next one, Jarrell Miller vs Akhor Muralimov. Miller used his size and power to grind down the smaller Muralimov through the first couple of rounds, trading shots and gradually taking control.
A little bit early in this fight. Remember, these guys are still in that gathering experience stage of their...
The one thing I look for from Big Baby, he is a volume puncher.
Muralimov trying to work the body and digging pretty good to the body. Uppercut misses, left hand gets there from Miller. Another right hand from Miller. That backs Muralimov up, and a right hand again by Miller. Good right hand there from Miller. And a left hand drives Muralimov into the ropes.
In the third round, he landed a vicious overhand right, followed by a crushing right cross that sent Muralimov to the canvas and ended the fight.
Another combination.
Nice crisp combination by Miller.
Another right hand drops him. Straight right hand dropped him to his knees.
And this was a very, very impressive first performance on national TV for the most part.
Absolutely.
For Miller.
Muralimov literally took the mouthpiece out of his mouth and threw it away, and that was it.
You wonder if Muralimov had in some way had given up, at least inside his own head. Because you can see he's not protecting himself at all there.
Next, Anthony Joshua vs Paul Butlin. Joshua dominated from the start, using his size, power and jab to overwhelm the veteran Butlin and control the action.
Too many more of them, and Joshua knows he's got his number. Howard Foster's already...
The speed of that right hand from Joshua, that was terrific. You can see him warming to the pro game. Oh, Butlin trying to be a little bit cagey now, getting his hands up, blocking the shots, maybe a good time to go.
Then came in the second round, when Joshua landed a series of heavy combinations that dropped Butlin and forced the referee to stop the fight, giving Joshua a convincing TKO victory.
Oh, nailed him. That right hand. Now is he going to let him carry on? He is.
I think body language says, I want out of there, I would have got him out of there.
I think Howard Foster's getting ready to step in here because nobody wants to see Butlin get hurt. Body shots coming in, he's all over the place here, and that's it. The towel comes in.
As he got back up, I thought it was over at that point. I mean, look at that, Foster. I mean, okay, you're dealing with a fighter's pride, he wants to put up a show, but
Next up, Jan Kasabotski vs Hussein Muhammad. Kasabotski right away imposed his power and pressure against Muhammad. Jan began breaking down Muhammad fast, scoring multiple knockdowns before the fight was stopped in the third round via TKO.
Aber es ist natürlich immer schwer, vernünftige Boxer zu finden, die die Rechtsauslage imitieren können als Sparringspartner.
Das stimmt. Guck mal, macht erstmal schön locker und dann zieht er einen da aus dem Ärmel. Und ich habe vorhin gesagt, er macht es nicht ungeschickt, der Mohamed Hüseyin, aber immer so, oh, da hat er wieder zwei Augen.
Er nickt noch, er will weitermachen. Der Ringrichter lässt es auch zu.
Ja, verstehe ich nicht. Der ist doch vollkommen angenommen. So schön angeschlagene Boxer sind die gefährlichsten. Aber jetzt geht er ganz langsam wieder runter.
Nee, die Beine lassen fast nach. Der Treffer auf das Ohr war sauber. Oh, das war's.
Ja, jetzt kommt das Handtuch endlich geflogen.
Next, Samuel Peter vs Taurus Sykes. Right from the get-go, Peter applied relentless pressure, attacking both the body and head.
Rubbing off. The feeling is Sykes simply doesn't have the clout. Sam Peter in the sky blue, the light blue, Taurus Sykes in the dark blue.
By the second round, Peter went full savage mode, unloading heavy shot after shot, until Sykes simply couldn't take it anymore.
That is exactly what his corner is telling him to do, that's why. And then an uppercut, followed by an overhand right, and Peter looking to end it right here. Smothering Sykes with punches. Oh, big right he goes. Affecting the equilibrium of Sykes, and then he measured his punches for the most part. Now those are kind of wide, but he uses the jab to try and set that up, and Sykes was in a very bad position on the rope. That short right hand, which was thrown in a straight manner, got right to the chin, and that was probably the best punch actually that Peter threw in this fight. Also good that he went to the body, also good that he measured him with the jab. So those are all little things that make this a more impressive knockout for Sam Peter.
One of the greatest upset KOs in boxing history happened in the fight between Lennox Lewis and Hasim Rahman. Lewis started the bout confidently, controlling the pace with his jab and superior boxing skills.
Well, Rahman has a terrific record in terms of the knockouts. There was a good combination by Lewis.
That was a nice left uppercut right hand, and Lewis
corner just gesturing to his man to come forward. Oh, uppercut once again.
Nice uppercut. Get you back straight back, because he's going to walk right on top of you, just like Lynn is catching him now, probably working on that eye, that left eye.
Good jab by Lewis, and he looks a lot stronger in this round. Oh, uppercut by the champion. Rahman in a little bit of trouble. To be fair to him, he came back, and that right hand of his has come in. And what a great challenger he is.
But in the 5th round, shock struck. Rahman caught Lewis with a perfectly timed, fight-ending right hand that landed flush on the chin, sending the champion crashing to the canvas.
Oh, he's got him! He's got him! He got careless, and he's got him! Is it Oliver McCall all over again? It is! And Lewis has gone! Lewis has gone! It's another upset! There, look at Lewis's left hand. It's absolutely nowhere near, and he let it go. Oh, what a shot, what a contact. Well, there was serious controversy when he wasn't allowed to continue against McCall, but there was never any doubt about it.
Let's move on to the fight between Dmitry Kudryashov versus Ilungu Makabu. Kudryashov came out aggressively, looking to end things early with his trademark power.
Хорошо попадает Дмитрий, была перчатка на месте у Илунга, но несмотря на это... Хорошо попадает Дмитрий. Хорошо Кудряшова! Потрясен Макабу! Но опасен, по-прежнему опасен.
After weathering the early danger, Makabu stayed composed and began timing Dmitriy's wide shots.
И смотрите, возвращает Макабу. Опа, это нокдаун, тяжелый нокдаун.
In the 5th round, Makabu landed a crushing counter, then followed up with vicious combinations to finish the fight.
По корпусу попадает конголезец. Опять встал у канатов Кудряшов и тут же включился тут же Макабу. По количеству выброшенных внимательно следит. Ох, какой удар слева пропускает Кудряшов. И все. Я так понимаю, бой остановлен. Вашему вниманию показывают лучшие повторы.
Next, Dillian Whyte versus Lucas Brown. Whyte started patiently, applying steady pressure and breaking Brown down with sharp jabs and heavy body shots.
And it's happened to Lucas Brown before, and there's a right hand from Whyte right into it. Back home in Australia, but he is being absolutely punished every time.
In the 6th round, Whyte unloaded a brutal left hook that knocked Brown out cold.
Try and chuck one more, but he can't, and the left hook lays him out! Dillian Whyte is victorious, and it's a dramatic...